What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and we're here at another episode of Pacific Business Funding, where we're highlighting another local business, Go Tours Hawaii. I'm here with Eke, who's one of the owners of Go Tours Hawaii, and we just financed a new bus for them. We've been working with them for a couple years now, have financed some other buses over the years. One of their latest buses just came off the port today, right?
Yes, sir.
So just arrived.
Just took delivery today. Yep. Thanks to brother Jason, this is the second deal we've done. It's been really exciting and super easy to work with you, man, and we really appreciate it. When we've, linked up and finally did something, it really opened up a whole world of opportunity, and for us to scale, like we have a big plan of scaling. Yeah. We can't do it without external funding. Founded the company 10 years ago. We show visitors the beauty of this island, and we absolutely love what we do. It's a fun business to be in. Yeah. I mean, it reminds me every day of how special it is to be here, you know? Yeah. And it's funny because it's so easy to take for granted how beautiful the Hawaiian Islands are. And you get caught up in the grind, and it's being in this business reminds me because I see these people having the best time of their life. Yeah. And I go, you know what? I can't be taking this for granted. They're having fun. You gotta make sure that we're enjoying it too, In 2018, we acquired a business on Maui, and the business was operating trolley hop-on, hop-offs. The biggest part of that acquisition, I think, was the cruise ship contracts. So it was a really strategic acquisition. Something for your viewers to really hone in on is, you could start a business, you can also buy it too. So I know there's a bunch of really creative financing. I personally wish I didn't pay cash for the business and finance it back then because there was tax implications. We had a bunch of other trolleys that we sent over to Maui and different islands, but this one made her way back, and we're doing Diamond Head tours now with it.
Nice. That's a beautiful wrap.
Yeah. Like any business, you want to have multiple channels, right? Yep. So for us, a lot of online, a lot of partnerships with hotels, online travel agencies, and I mean, if you're starting a business, you want to make sure that you have the sales and marketing down, right? Because you don't have a business without customers. Yep. We just took delivery of this beautiful Freightliner 40-passenger bus.
Yeah, I think it took about a week or so turnaround time to get it in. We didn't even use your financials to get it done because the deal got split, right?
Yeah.
So just the bank statements, and it's pretty quick and easy because we already had most of your information. Yeah. So and then we just paid the vendor, and then they shipped it over here. So we funded this deal actually over a month ago. Yeah. It's kind of crazy how fast you get things done. Yeah. Seriously, like it depends on what it is.
You'd think, okay, it's a $700,000, $600,000 loan. You think there's a long, drawn-out process, and then we always get surprised when I work with you, because it's like, holy crap, it already got funded? Yeah. What the heck? One of the first vehicles that you helped us fund. Oh yeah. The 25-passenger bus, and it's a really good, solid vehicle. I mean, we love using them. We've been using them, but we had to look at of course profitability. Operating in Hawaii. Yeah. Margins are everything. So I think over time you start running numbers and getting data and looking at what works the best. So I reached out to you because we need to step it up and have more seats on our vehicles. So so with these ones, we run 25 passengers on these buses. For us, it's really important to look at the amount of seats you have, because that determines your profitability. We really needed to get larger buses, and we were stuck in a place where we were doing okay, it was sustainable, but we just couldn't get to the next level. So when we reached out and you said, yeah, we can definitely make something happen, it was quick, easy, super simple. But looking at those numbers, we get $1 amount per seat, right? So it's like, we're all about butts in a seat, right? And then the dollar amount. So we still have the same cost, whether it's a 25-passenger bus or it's a 40-passenger bus. The costs are the same. You got a driver, you've got fuel, you've got insurance, you've got the yard that you still have to have regardless. So taking it from that 25 passenger to 40, we're just we have extra seats, right?
Yeah,
and so
increase your capacity by like 40%.
Exactly. just like that. And the profit margins, you know, and doing business in Hawaii, we know the profit margins matter. I think it's really important working with local businesses. It just seems like you have the finger on the pulse. You know, having somebody that can reach out to, you know, and get an answer really quick is super important. And, you know, being in Hawaii, the time difference, right?
Yeah.
There's lags. You know, when you're doing business with, you know, banks on the mainland, you reach out or you send an email and then there's another day. And so I love working with someone that is so tuned in, you know, and honed in on their craft. You know, and especially being, you know, just a phone call away, you know, makes it super easy.
I always ask the question of, like, for Hawaii business owners, what are some of the challenges that you guys face? Because we're out here in the middle of the ocean, no help, right? And then we got GET tax on top of all that. But what are some of the challenges that you face? And then also, what's a bit of advice that you would also give?
Being on an isolated island in the middle of the Pacific and doing business can be really difficult. Not impossible.
You got to spend a lot of money to ship this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Over here, that's one.
2 of these buses on island, we had to pay shipping from Tennessee. That was about 11,000 bucks. To get it on the boat here to the island was another 30,000. Luckily, you guys wrapped it in the deal and we were able to finance the whole thing, which is pretty cool, by the way. But yeah, I mean, business is tough. You know, business is, you gotta have rhino skin to do business. You know, straight up, it's that simple. And it's, you know, there's gonna be challenges, obstacles, every step of the way.
Yeah.
And it's your job as a business owner to either go around, over, or right through those obstacles. I definitely recommend Pacific Business Funding for a couple reasons. One, because this guy's awesome. 2, he's quick. 3, he gets the job done. So look him up. Check him out.
Thank you.
That's that easy.
So thanks for joining us for another episode of Pacific Business Funding. So if you're a business owner in Hawaii or on the mainland and you're buying equipment like this, or if you need some working capital, some credit, we'd love to help you. Go ahead and schedule a consultation on the link below, and we'll see you on the call.